Welcome to practice. We're going to begin standing and with the feet under the hips, feet parallel. Make some big shoulder rolls. And back. And then up and forward. Tuesday morning. Beautiful. And then take one shoulder up to one ear and let it drop down, and the other shoulder up, right up to the ear, and it drop down, side to side. Last one. Nice. And then a nice circle with the top of your head, not squashing the back of the neck, but exploring how your neck feels. Drawing that circle. And then the other direction. Lovely. And back to center. And we're going to swing the arms from side to side, but we'll touch hand to shoulder. Let the shoulder blades relax down and let your rib cage move. Nice. And back to center. Good. And we're going to spinal wave forward, leading with your head. So top of the head forward, lift the nose, lift the chin, lift the chest, and then the spine follows. And then you take the back of the head back. Whew. And then upper back, lower back, and hips and tailbone. And then top of the head forward, chin forward. I think you've got it. And if you do find it really awkward to coordinate, make the movements smaller and really concentrating on getting the whole spine to move. And then you can make the movement larger. So that's leading with the head. And then we're going to try and lead with the tail. So we're going to take the hips back, and then the lower back back, and then the upper back, and then the back of the head. Good. And then the hips come forward. Belly, chest, head. Hips go back. So it's an opposite movement. Lead with your tail. Our vestigial remnant of a tail, the snake from the tailbone. Nice work. And we're going to turn side on onto the mat. And what we're going to do is a little step, and you're going to squat as far as your knees take you. Some people are going to be able to squat all the way down and touch your hands to the floor. Good. And then we lift back up and take a little step forward. Little squatting. Good. And then again. Beautiful. And then we're going to go back. So I'm just using the length of the mat to stay in frame, but you've got more space. So you can keep walking forward and then walk back. So the smaller the step, the more upright you land your torso. If you take big steps, you'll probably be leaning forward more. I'm just taking little steps to use the mat space. Great. And then we'll go forward again. I'm going to turn my heating off. The little steps. Maybe you don't quite touch down to the floor. That's okay. When you've travelled forward, then travel back. Good. Last one, we'll go forward so you end up at the front of your mat, or if you're already there, take a moment. In Tadasana. Feet under the hips. We're going to side to side spinal wave. Stand sideways so you can see. Tip your left ear to your left shoulder. Tip your whole body to left. And then reverse just your head. Right ear, right shoulder. And then let your spine follow. Keep your right ear to your right shoulder until you've gone as far as you can. And then reverse. Left ear, left shoulder. Keep your left ear to your left shoulder as you tip all the other way. And then reverse. And again, you can make subtle movements. Finding your spine in space. Nice work. We'll do one more each side. But they feel so good. And Tadasana at the front of the mat. So we've warmed up each little joint of the spine, the big joints of the shoulders and the hips. We're going to take the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, and then Uttanasana, and press the bones of your spine forward. And let's start to stretch the back of the legs. So we want to keep the back relaxed, the spine relaxed, but explore just letting the hamstrings stretch a little. So side to side, alternate the stretch of your legs, or you can try both together, but try to avoid that feeling of the skin over your spine becoming taut. But really let the legs stretch. And we'll find a spacious breath, flow of breath, as you let that stretch happen in the back. Good. And then we're going to sway the torso from side to side. And as you sway, you'll automatically be shifting the stretch from one leg to the other. But also you're starting to stabilize in the core of the body. You might find you can reach a little bit further to the left and then a little bit further to the right. And again, left and right. And then in Uttanasana, so center yourself, pressing the bones of the spine forward, and just see where your hands reach down your legs, or maybe they even reach to the floor now. And we're going to step back into downward facing dog pose. So bend your knees enough to get your hands on the floor and walk your feet back. Stretch your back of the legs again. So pressing the heels down, lifting the sit bone. And we're going to let the chest start to move towards the front of the legs, the armpits lengthen, and let your head be heavy and draw length into your spine. Enjoying each breath. Good. And then kneeling down for a moment. So you can put a blanket under your knees and kneel up, or you can put a blanket under your sit bone. But we're going to warm up the wrists. So back of the hands onto the floor and just walk them around. Also walk the fingers out to the side, out to the side, point them back, point them forward. You might need to move where the hands are on the floor. Just giving the forearms a stretch, getting the wrists nice and mobile, and then palms down. And the same thing, walk them around, stretching them in every direction, stretching the forearms. Good. And then we're going to lift up into downward facing dog pose again. Pressing the back of the heels down, back of the legs, letting your head just hang down. Nice work. Now think about moving your feet to the front of the mat. You can do it in any way you like. You can take your little steps where you move your feet, or try and jump little hops. And when you run out of room, just roll on up. And Tadasana. Make a hard fist and make wrist circles. Try wrist circles in the same direction. And I'm going to pick up the right foot and try doing circles in the opposite direction with your foot. I have not mastered this yet. I think they use the same pathway. All right, and then try the other way around. I really have trouble doing that. Lovely to try though. All right, let's stop that one. And we'll do open hands this time. So start your hands off in one direction, pick up your left foot and see if you can go in the opposite direction with your foot. And then the other direction with your foot. And the opposite direction with your hands. I'd love to know if anyone can do that. Congratulations. All right, back into Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. We're going to bring the hands in front of the heart and take a big step back with your left foot for a lunge. So we're going to stay facing forward and the front leg is going to bend and the back leg straight. Bringing the hips a little closer to the floor. Reach your torso forward over your bent leg and bring the arms beside you now, palms up and looking forward. Nice work. We're going to put the left hand now on the floor beside your right foot and the right hand on your sacrum. And then we're going to turn the torso to look to the right side. If it's comfortable with your shoulders and your neck, you want to make space there, take the right arm straight up. Good, and you can even try straightening that right leg. Reverse Trikonasana. Beautiful. Bend your front leg. Bring both arms beside you, again beside your torso, palms facing up, so you're looking forward. And we're going to step forward, stand on the right leg, and bring the left foot in front. I'm going to try and hold that left foot off the floor. So of course you can keep your tiptoes near the floor if you need to for your balance. But really try and stay on your right leg. We're going to lift the left leg up in front. You can take a hold of your knee if you have your balance enough to do that, or even hold your foot. Good, and then releasing that side. Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Rolling back up. Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Big step back with the right foot. Stay facing forward, but find a nice long lunge where we've got the back leg straight and the front leg bending and lifting the breastbone. Then we're going to reach the torso forward over the left thigh, far as you can reach. And then take your arms beside your torso, palms facing up and looking forward. Lovely. Bring the right hand down onto the floor inside your left leg. Bring your left hand onto your sacrum and turn your torso to the left. The front leg is bent, feeling strong. The back leg is really extended. And if you can turn your ribs, take your left arm straight up. And then you might even be able to straighten or towards straighten that front leg. Return your hands to your body and bring your front leg to bent again, looking forward. Bring the arms up by the sides, palms up, reach the fingertips back. Yes, and then we're going to lift up, step forward and balance on the left leg. Right foot in front. Balancing and taking a challenge for yourself. So that might be lifting the knee higher. Another great challenge is closing your eyes, even if you just close them a little bit. Or maybe it's holding your knee or your foot. But challenging yourself. Really trying to stay on that left foot. Nice work. And releasing that side. Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Bones of the spine pressing forward. We're going to either step back into downward facing dog pose, or you can take a couple of little steps and then try that jumping. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to tip the torso, the hips a little bit to the right. And just lift up your left hand off the floor. So you're light on your left hand. Good. And then tip the hips to the left side and pick up the right hand so you're light in the right hand. Nice work. And we're going to go from side to side doing that. So we take that little bit of extra weight into the hands. Stretch your fingers out straight. Give yourself a nice stretch when you come back to center. The side to side. Strong hands, wrists, fingers, beautiful. All right, and then centering. Now this is a little bit different. We're still in downward facing dog pose, but we're going to stay central and we're going to lift up the left hand. So you might be still on your fingertips and lift the right foot a little from the floor as well. You add to the weight. Beautiful. Put that one down. And then the opposite side. So we lift up the right hand and the left toe tips off the floor. Great. And back down. So you don't have to lift them high. Just taking the weight, holding your balance. Good. Keep stretching the chest back towards the legs. Side to side, shifting weight. Nice work. Back to center. Take the hips back, let the head just hang down. We often create tension in the neck and the shoulders trying to do that kind of work. Press the hips back, the heels down. Good. And then coming forward, however feels good. You can take little steps. You can do little hops. And meeting at the front of the mat in Tadasana. Roll your shoulders up and down. Finding your balance. Bring the hands in front of your heart. Big step back with your left foot. Stay facing forward. And this time we're going to hold Virabhadrasana 1. So the back leg will be really straight, the front leg bent. And bring your hips as close to the floor as you can. And lift the arms up by the ears and looking up. Nice work. Now we're going to bring the hands back in front of the heart. And we're going to take the left elbow onto the right knee. And then bring your hands back together in a prayer position. I should have gone the other way so you can see. Prayer position. And even wiggle your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And then see if you can turn your spine, your ribs, to get the breastbone near to the thumbs again. Looking to your right. You might even be looking back over your right shoulder. Back leg straight. Ooh. Nice work. Release the torso to the front. We're going to step forward and stand up and balance. Whoa. Trying to stay balanced on your right foot. Bring your left foot out in front. And try for a moment that eyes closed. So remember you can touch your toes down, your left toes down, but really just try and keep them off the ground. So let yourself wobble. You can let your arms out to the sides or wherever. Trying to balance with the eyes closed. Nice work. And then see if you can intentionally place your left foot down. Every little opportunity to test the balance. Restore your shoulders. Big shoulder shrug and relax the shoulder blades down. Shoulder shrug and relax the shoulder blades down. Finding balanced spine and a calm connection to the breath. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Namaste position. Beautiful. We're going to step the right foot back this time. Nice big step. So you're in a lunge position, facing that short end of your mat. Back leg straight, really straight. And bend the front leg as much as you can. And we're going to lift the arms up by the ears. Virabhadrasana 1. Ooh. Beautiful. So bring your hands back in front of your heart, but you probably have to let go to start off this posture. We're going to bring the right elbow to the left knee, even to the outside of the left knee. And then you start to turn your torso to the left and then bring your hands back into prayer position. And see if you can keep turning the ribs until you get your breastbone near to the thumbs. Draw the shoulder blades back leg is straight, and you're looking back over your left shoulder. Feeling the flow of your breath, your energetic body. Beautiful. We're going to release back to the front and step forward and balance on the left leg, which might be a little bit tired. Great. Finding your balance. And then see if you can close your eyes. And it's very testing, but you might be able to have them a tiny bit open. Really try and stay on your left foot. And see if you can place your right foot down with intention, finding 2 feet on the floor. And opening your eyes. Tadasana. Restoring your shoulders. Big shrug up to the ears and shoulder blades down. A big shrug up to the ears and shoulder blades down. Finding your mountain pose. Feeling through the feet, your strong legs, the lift of the spine, the suppleness of the spine. Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Uttanasana. We're going to step the left foot back. And it's not a really big distance because we want to try and get the left heel on the floor. And you're going to bend your front leg to help you ease the bones of the spine forward. We're looking forward. And then see how you go with straightening your front leg. Just encountering your resistance, that beautiful protective stretch reflex. And as you take the breath to that part of the body, trusting your body, notice if there's room to stretch a little more. Good, and then into these strong legs, we're going to take all our weight, look forward, and see how you go lifting your arms off the floor. Palms up. Reach the arms beside your torso, palms up. Looking forward, reach the fingertips back. Reach the torso as far forward as you can. Your arms might even reach up towards the ceiling. Nicely done. And then we're going to smoothly lift up and step forward and be balanced on the right leg. And again, we're going to try the eyes closed. So release your arms to help you. And that might be like a tightrope walker with your arms out wide. But try with eyes closed. Obviously, you don't want to fall over, but we do want to test our balance. Good, and without opening your eyes, if you can, try and find where to place your left foot. And then finding your eyes open, your feet hip width, parallel. And the flow of breath and that energetic feeling of survival, of staying on your foot, flowing in your body. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, looking up. Uttanasana, bones of the spine forward. Place your hands so you can step your right foot back. And we're not going for a huge distance because we want to get the right heel on the floor. So you might have to bring the right foot in a bit. Good, bend your front knee so you can press the bones of the spine forward. And then we're going to explore the resistance of trying to straighten the front leg. Find your connection to the breath, the comfort of that. feeling in your body what you've learned in your practice, your ability to balance, to keep space between your ears and your shoulders, to trust your body, to feel its protection mechanism working well, and noticing where you can stretch, where you resist. Good. And then fully take the weight into your legs. You want to feel balance. Take your arms up by your torso, palms up, reach the fingertips back, look forward. Good. And then some people are going to have a little more room to move with the torso reaching out and closer to the front leg, and take the arms up. And then we're going to lift up, step forward, and be balanced on the left leg. Find your balance. Make your intention with how you're going to test your balance. So maybe closing your eyes. Good. And then placing your foot with intention, your right foot, back to hip width. Tadasana. Enjoying 2 feet on the floor, under the hips. Restoring your shoulders and your neck by taking some nice big shoulder rolls. Urdhva Hastasana, looking up, arms up. Uttanasana. And we're going to walk or jump the feet back. And this time all the way to a plank position. So you line up your shoulders over your wrists. Take your feet back far enough so that your hips are in the same line as your heels and your shoulders. And we're lifting the front core of the body. And pressing the fingers down, fingerprints. And lower your knees gently to the floor. Nice work, and relax your feet. And then we're just going to sway the upper body a little from side to side. And you'll notice as you do that, the core of the body stabilizing. So try to keep the weight in the front of your hands, the fingerprints, base of the index fingers. Lovely. Center yourself. Walk your hands back and find your child's pose. This little opportunity to restore yourself, to find your breath. Good. And then we're going to take a seat on a blanket. Feet out in front and hold on to your knees. And we're going to lean back so our arms are straight so that have room behind you. And feel your healthy spine. So lift the spine to where it just feels the best. And use your core muscles to support that shape. Nice, because we're going to balance on the tailbone. So lifting the feet off the floor. Lovely. And let's see, you can stay holding onto your knees, or you can let go. It's going to be harder work for the core to keep that healthy spine feeling. And we're just going to Take the knees a little bit left and the upper body a little bit right. And again, you'll feel that lovely stabilizing across the core of the body. Let's try and keep the legs parallel. Beautiful. And then simple cross-leg position. Or forward bend in Sukhasana. Take your hands behind your hips and feel the bones of your spine press forward. Relax your shoulders. Explore the resistance of your body as you try to bring the torso forward. Noticing all the places in your body that send messages. And it might be that you're protecting an injury. It might be that the stretch reflex is strong. But paying attention and appreciating, really listening to your body. All that your body is capable of. Tuning into the flow of your breath. Relaxing where you can relax. Good, and then releasing that side and changing the cross of the legs. And again, exploring your forward movement and wherever the body might be sending messages. And if it's an injury, of course, taking care, having compassion. If it's a strong stretch reflex, be curious, appreciative. And release, relax. We're just going to throw both feet over to the right side for Bharadvajasana, a twist. If you put your blanket a little more under your left hip bone, it'll help you sit up, and turning to the left. If you lean back, you'll probably find you can get a deeper stretch in the abdomen and then lift yourself back up to upright. And then the second side. So intentionally throwing your feet over to the left side. If you sit up onto a blanket under your right hip bone, and then turning to the right side. If you lean back, you might find you can stretch more in the belly. So take the stretch you need. And then coming back to center, taking a comfortable seated position. Hands in front of your heart. Finding the length of your spine. The flow of your breath. your energetic body. And take the feeling of the practice with you.